Okay. All right. So first on the agenda then is Janine's general manager's report.
All right, so these are the highlights from what has happened since the last quarterly meeting in February. We've had 815 items total that have been submitted through the portal. 51 were homeowner calls, 10 collections, 193 emailed homeowner statements, 7 email messages to homeowners, 277 invoices processed, 45 new owner setups, 26,083 broadcast messages, 20 closing questions, 57 debit card receipts, 9 emails to the management company, 19 general questions, 9 homeowner refund requests, 2 payment plan requests, 21 homeowner fee waiver requests, and 13 customer feedback. And the on-site staff, the general manager attended 67 meetings. The ACM attended 86 meetings. Debbie also handled 668 phone inquiries, 807 owner email correspondence, set up 40 new homeowners, processed 112 amenity cards, and 43 ARC submissions.
Okay. Thank you, Janine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have liaisons. The liaisons are board members who liaison with the committee chairs. And so what we're going to have is the liaison is going to introduce the committee chair, and if the committee chair has anything to add to their report or highlight in their report, please do. The committee chair reports were sent out to everybody via email, and you should, if you don't have that, we have copies of it here. So, okay, first of all, I'll have Dawn Smorowski introduce the committee chairs that she works with. Oh, here.
Hi, so I am the liaison for the ABC POA, and I don't believe I see Colleen here. Colleen is our committee person, and she reported that there was nothing new coming out of the ABC POA. They primarily focus on it's a company, not a company, excuse me, a group of HOAs throughout Brunswick County that was formed, and they use a lot of their support and their knowledge to share amongst the various HOAs and committees throughout Brunswick County. Primary focus is, of course, on development, infrastructure, things of that nature. So when Colleen attends these meetings, she provides us with a report and an update of some of the happenings that are going on in Brunswick County. But since she's not here, there's nothing new to report. Thank you. Do you want me to do? Yeah. Okay, so I'm also the liaison to the Roads and Maintenance Committee, and the chairperson is Wayne Hellman, and Wayne is here, and Don Boyd is also here, and together they work on taking care of our roads, signage, potholes, things of that nature. Gentlemen, is there anything new that you'd like to report? Okay. Great. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate all you do for keeping our roads and signs and potholes maintained, or at least getting the town of Sunset Beach to fill in those potholes. We appreciate that. Okay, next, I believe I am also the liaison for Landscape Committee. The chairperson is Michael Smorowski, and he also has a group of representatives within his committee that meet regularly the first Thursday of each month to discuss the various projects that are throughout the community. Michael, is there anything that you'd like to add? So it's always updates. Thank you.
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3 there. Yeah, so a few things, always something going on with landscaping. So first quarter was very busy, but second quarter, I'd say if you noticed, all the people who's just here from the north recently, because somebody walked up to me and said, why are they ripping out all the flowers? Well, because here we do 2 seasons of flowers. So there's the winter flowers, then they're bringing in the summer. So we put all new summer flowers in, so everything's in. You've seen a lot of activity with the annual mulching and pine needles. We did a whole semi-load of pine needles, and also the mulch. So that's been done throughout the community and also in Oyster Point as well. Also, you can see that all the entrances, all the grass or weeds have been removed, and we're putting in zoysia. And you'll see some of the boulevards, 3 of them along Clubhouse leaving south. So that's being done. Actually, they're laying in sugar sands right now. They're laying the sod as we speak. So you'll be seeing that being done. And those are the main things. A lot of clean up with the irrigation. That's our biggest thing that we do. So that's all I have.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
At the end, please. Thank you. Hi, I'm a liaison to the Chapel Committee.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Kathy Blaine's the chairperson, which I'm also liaison to the library. Betty Prescue. Did you have a report? Great. Thank you. Health and Safety Resources. I am going to present their report. The Health and Safety Committee has been busy meeting monthly and has secured topics of interest for the next several months. We were fortunate to have over 250 responses to our survey in February and found that most of our neighbors like the current format, feel our times offered are conducive to their participation, and enjoy the topics which have been provided so far. In March, we had 43 people attend a talk on shoulder and pain presented by Emergo Ortho, and we plan to bring them back in September to discuss hip and knees, so make a note of that. We had a Sunset Beach animal control officer present a talk on living with our native animals last week and had over 20 people attend. We are also planning future presentation on water safety and emergency preparedness, elder law and planning, and a flu clinic. That will be in the fall with an emphasis on respiratory illness. They continue to feel that they thrive in meeting interest in our community and look forward to bringing more interesting and informative topics to friends and neighbors. I'm also liaison to the social chair. Is Jerry Espedito here? Guess not. Jerry reported the social committee had a spring trivia at the Pink Palace on April the 18th with 111 attendees. They have an upcoming event December 12th. It will be the Sea Trail Holiday Gala, so you mark your calendars for that.
Jack Pasalugo, liaison to facilities. I want to introduce Steve Hagee, the chair.
Hi, I'm Steve Hagee. I've drifted into the chair position that Jack had, and we run the facilities. Just to give you an overview of what we've had going on, we do a monthly inspection of the buildings, of all the equipment, and we take that inspection report and we meet with Janine once a month to let her know what needs to be repaired, what's under duress, what's coming up. That includes everything from paint to HVAC. One of the items that we just recently worked on is we put tenting in the sunset room. The ladies and the people there that go in doing gaming, there was a tremendous amount of glare. So we put that in there. The other thing we do, we have a group of volunteers on the second Wednesday of every month, and we go in and we do a deep clean on the exercise room. Now, some people say, why do you do that? There's somebody that cleans it in the morning. We do a deep clean. We inspect the equipment, we move it, we clean under it, we make sure it's operational. If it's not operational, we get somebody out to repair it. We lube the cables. We make sure everything works. And there's a group of volunteers that come in every Wednesday. It's really nice to have them in there. There's like, what, 6 of us, 7 of us. The other thing that accomplishment we had is we worked on the chapel, the HVA system. We worked on the surrounding enclosure around it, got that repaired, got the ground repaired underneath it, pressure washed the building. And the other thing that we have coming, in fact, we just received, we're going to put a new drinking fountain in the workout room. This drinking fountain will have a filter, will be refrigerated, and you can bring in your own bottle and fill on it. So it's, those drinking fountains have been around for a long time, so it's about time to have them replaced. So what we do on a monthly basis. There's a group that stays pretty committed, and I thanks to Ed, Greg, our maintenance guy, and of course Jack pitches in and helps with this also.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, the committee, for all your effort. The next committee that I'm a liaison to is Access, and that's Neil Weiss. Neil, do you want to give your report? The Access group, especially Neil, they're 24/7. So when people are sleeping and the fire alarm goes off, he puts his boots on, puts his overcoat on, and he comes here. And he brings his garden. Well, he disconnects his garden hose and brings it, but he's always on call. Thank you.
Okay, I'm the liaison for the website committee, and that chair is Candy Fowler. Candy, do you have anything to say? Okay. Well, yeah. Well, the only thing Candy wants to say is that please, please, please go to the website and check out all the information there, because they've got pages for, our Sunset Beach Market, our concerts that are coming up, anything you want to know about the pools. All these summer activities are going on, and so the website is a great source for your information. So please utilize the website, because it is a great resource for us here at Sea Trail. Okay, then we'll turn this over to Jack Philbaum.
All right. And I'm the liaison and chair for the Finance Committee, and we will talk a little about that in a minute, but I do want to recognize our Finance Committee of Terry Long, Greg Barrett, and Greg's over here, and Mike Mahoney. We meet regularly on a monthly basis to go over the finance and with Janine, and so that's what we do there, and I'll talk more about finance when we get down to the new business. And I'm also a liaison to the Tennis and the Pool Committee, and Kevin Baldwin, you have anything you want to say? He is the chairperson. You have nothing to say? Please say something. They said I had to be here 5 minutes. That's enough. Okay.
Speaking to the mic.
Pool monitors start this weekend. Yes, this Friday, right? Yes. All right. And that's all for the. I'm done.
Okay. All right, and one thing, I'm sorry, I was remiss. One of our board members is not here today, and that's Donald Bean, and he is our one of our declarants here with Riptide, but he is unable to attend, so FYI on that. Okay, any old business? Anybody? Okay. All right, we're going to move on to new business with the financial information.
All right. Financial review year-to-date summary as of April. It's up above, I believe. Yes. The total year-to-date income is $2,367,895, and the year-to-date expense so far is as of April, end of April, I believe. Yes, is $800,400. In the reserves, year-to-date income is $167,741. And year-to-date expense is $119,686. As of 4:30, I'm going to just read it. I know you can read too, most of you. So that's why I say to my wife, because she makes me read all the time to her. As of 4/30/26, $21,374 is outstanding annual assessments. We're trying our best to get this in. I think this is the largest it's been at the end of April since I've been involved with the Master Association. So we're trying our best to collect that much in the next month. I think we should get some of that in here. As of 4/30/26, the year-to-date operating budget is under budget by $77,316, and it's part to do is in the changes in the timing of some planned projects. Now we have a lot of, but not a lot. We have several items. Go ahead, you can turn it. Capital improvement plan. I was just saying we have several items that are over budget simply because we spend a lot of money in the first quarter of the year, and most of it in the first quarter of the year. It makes us over budget and so forth, but we'll catch up by the end of the year. Capital improvement plan and reserve projects. Okay, there's a need for the HOA to have an on-hand reserve balance to fund future replacements. A new reserve study was completed in 2024 by Giles and how do you say that word? Giles and Fife. Okay, the study recommended a 14% increase each year in reserves contributions. The board is following this recommendation for 2026. The reserve account for 2026 beginning balance is $265,044.21. And the 2026 transfer reserve study fund is $241,295.82. Total available for 2026 is $506,340.03. Expense for 2026 stormwater and interior painting, Pink Palace and Creekside is $269,129.98, and the projected ending balance is $237,210.05. We got to take those cents out. It's easier to. Capital Improvement Fund, bank account overview, capital improvement account in 2026 beginning balance was $265,084.67. 2026 transfer capital improvement fund was $181,230. And the 2026 transfer working capital funds was $94,300. Total available for 2026 was $540,614.67. Okay, any questions? Thank you.
All right, so now I'm going to go over some of the stormwater projects that we've had this year, which is pretty much the biggest thing that we spend our reserves on right now. So just to start off, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what stormwater is, because it's something that is very important to the community, and when it works properly, you usually don't know it's there, but it is underground in most places. You can see boxes, but that's pretty much all you see above ground unless there's a problem. The stormwater is the runoff produced in a rain event that comes from roofs, pavement, and other impermeable surfaces. The water feeds into gutters, swales, and stormwater pipes to funnel the water into our ponds and eventually into the natural waterways. The stormwater system is designed to control the flow of the stormwater, so it filters it in slowly. Water may take up to 72 hours to dissipate on the ground as it runs through the system. The slow progress allows some of the pollutants to filter out before it reaches the natural waterways. The grass and dirt beneath in our swales is part of this filtration system, and the ponds feed into each other, so as one pond reaches its capacity, it'll flow through to the next pond. The system is designed to keep our natural waterways from getting polluted and helps prevent flooding from waterways being inundated too quickly. And this is what we've budgeted for in 2026, and the ones that are in blue have been completed. So there was a storm drain on Barony, a sinkhole at Rice Mill and the Pink Palace, a pipe under Crooked Gully around 280, a swale between Rice Mill and Seahorse Estates, a pipe at the intersection of Kings Mill and Eastwood Park, a pipe under Jonesburg Court. The Barony and Crooked Gully was a swale, and then we did all of the on Crooked Gully as well as part of our stormwater maintenance. All of the boxes, you'll notice they all have a top now that sticks up. That's called an open-throated top, and we're working to get all of our boxes replaced with that type of a top because it doesn't clog like the grates do. And then as part of that, we go ahead and seal those boxes to make them sure that they're going to keep working correctly. And then two projects that are remaining for 2026, we have a pipe under the road at 227 Rice Mill, and then there is a pipe at Eastwood Park Road and Eastwood Bluff that they've got a sinkhole on the right of way on the side of the road that's coming from our stormwater pipe there. And now I'm going to turn it over to Jack Pasalugo to do the quarterly board accomplishments.
And the accomplishments since our last Q1 board meeting, we hired pool attendants of America to monitor our two pools here at the Pink Palace and the MAC. We approved the beach parking monitors for this Friday through Sunday, and that's from Memorial Day to Labor Day. In what hours, Jack?
10 to 2.
10 o'clock till 2. A real good feature, approved the SMS texting that we can communicate to you through text messaging. and installed and recognized Sugar Sand as the first community here in Sea Trail. It is, and that's been very well received, and it's our first historic village. Completed stormwater maintenance on all the open-throated tops, as Janine just mentioned, on Rice Mill and Crooked Gully. Painted the 2 amenity signs at the Pink Palace and the Mac. A very successful shred event last week, which people should take advantage of. And we just revised all the rules and regulations, and that'll be released and forthcoming. Thank you.
Okay, and I was just asked because I know a lot of you are new and may not be aware that we have a great resource in our website for information on stormwaters. Stormwater, or I'm not stormwater, I'm sorry, extreme weather like hurricanes that are basically coming up. June is the beginning of the season, so I just wanted to take you to the website. It is under the miscellaneous on the website, and it says extreme weather. If you go to that, it'll give you all of the different notifications you can sign up with, like Brunswick County or the town of Sunset Beach or the fire department, their Facebook page, different things that you can sign up for or follow so that you can stay up to date. It also gives you the link to get the FEMA mobile app. And then there's just some really good information here at different websites. So they're basically links that'll take you to other resources. But if you're not really used to a hurricane, it's good to know how to prepare for it, what you should have on hand, and then, you know, how you deal with it after the fact and what you might expect. Because, you know, it is, depending on the severity of it, it can mean you'd be without some of the basics for a while, and you need to be prepared for that. So,
Okay, so is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second? All right, all in favor? Say aye. All right, we're adjourned. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the homeowner forum, but first of all, we're going to talk about, our new cameras that were installed. And so we wanted to give you a little opportunity to understand about the cameras, and we've also asked our police chief, Ken Claymore, to come forward. And so he's going to be available to answer any questions. We do have a couple of slides that we, can you go to those? Okay. We have a couple of slides that we presented at the last meeting. So for those of you that were not here, the board made the decision to install a flock camera at the north entrance right before the Eastwood Landing street or intersection. And so that was installed in February, I think, February. Okay, and so everybody, so what's a flock camera? Okay, flock camera, the ones that we installed are called LPR cameras, and they're called license plate reading cameras. It's pretty well a all-inclusive system that Flock takes care of. They install, they maintain it. We do have visibility to the site for the cameras to see what's there, but mainly what it's used for is we share our cameras with the Sunset Beach Police Department, as well as the sheriff, the Brunswick County Sheriff. So they have access to our data. And these LPR cameras, not only do they read the license plate, but they also take a fingerprint of, not a fingerprint, but a photo of the car. And what do they call it? I can't, well, they call it that, don't they? Vehicle fingerprint technology, which not only it gives you the color and make of the car, but also any other like bumper stickers, things, so other things to identify besides the license plate. And it also has a hot list system where if the sheriff department or the police department finds that they have a notice of a license plate that is somebody, a suspect or whatever, that will be immediately hot listed to them when it enters into Sea Trail. So it's quite a network. It's a national network, but we do interface very closely now with our town's police department as well as Brunswick County. And then as far as the other thing, the deterrence of cameras is probably one of the most important things. Is it keeps people away from Sea Trail, if they know we have cameras, it's going to be one more reason for them not to come in here and try to do something. So we've got them as a deterrent, but also it's a very good assistance for our police department and our sheriff department for solving crimes. So we move forward with that. So during this homeowner forum, if you have questions about the cameras, we've got Chief Ken here to talk about it. I don't know if you want to give just a little overview, Ken, or?
Sure,
Okay.
thank you.
Oh, he already has. Oh,
I already have a microphone. Yeah,
you're on mic.
I brought it from home. I brought it with me. Good morning. I'm Ken Claymar, for those of you that don't know me. I think probably everybody knows me. So the flock cameras, we have 2 flock cameras throughout the town, and we also, some of the rumors that I'll dispel right away when people hear about flock cameras and they say, well, Big Brother's watching you, and they'll be able to see if you're on your phone, and they'll be able to tell, what color eyes you have and all of these things. All of that is false. The picture that was up there earlier that showed the tail end of the vehicle, that's what we see. It's a snapshot of your vehicle. It's not a live video. It doesn't have the zoom capability to see inside your vehicle. It's just taking a snapshot of the back of your vehicle when you go by it. It records, preserves, I should say, that image. And in order for me to see it, so if I want to find out where Roz is going, what time did she leave her house? What time did she go to play golf? What time did she come back from golf? In order for me to see that legally so that I don't get myself criminally charged, I have to have a law enforcement purpose to search the database. I can't just be curious. Where is Roz going? What time is she leaving? What time is she coming back? I will lose my job. I will likely get criminally prosecuted if I do that. I don't think Roz is up to much of anything that I'm that curious about anyways. Be that as it may. Cliff can check it. No, Cliff can't check it. I have to have a criminal justice purpose. So there has to be a reason why I'm searching for make, model, color, license plate, anything of that nature. So why do we need this? Why do we need it in Citro? Why do we need it in Sunset Beach? With some of the questions I hear all the time. So picture this. How long have you been in this meeting now? An hour? Okay. Has anybody went outside to check to make sure your car's still there? No? Okay. So you leave this meeting and your car's gone because you left your keys in it, or maybe the valet key is in the glove box. We've had that happen in Sea Trail where a car got stolen because the valet key was left in the glove box. But you go out there and your car is gone. What are you going to do? You're going to call me, right? Okay. So I'm going to ask you those questions. Were the keys in it? How much gas was in it? Any identifiers on it? If you have a Sea Trail vanity plate, all of these things I need to know. And then I want to find out, well, where did it go? Did it go toward Wilmington or did it go toward Myrtle Beach? How am I going to do that? Well, the old way of doing things would be we'd put it in a computer, a database, and if a police officer got behind your car and punched in the digits of your license plates in the computer, it would pop up that there's an alert on the vehicle that it's stolen. Okay, that takes a lot. All the stars have to align for that to work. But if I have a flock camera and your vehicle's on a flock camera and it's going to tell me, is it heading north or is it heading south? So it's heading south, we'll say. Ideally, what I would want to do is call North Myrtle Beach Police and say, hey, watch that bridge. When they come over the Intercoastal Waterway, watch for this car. I want you to sit a car on the side of the road and wait for this 2025 Ford Explorer. It's black, license plate ABC 123. You think North Myrtle Beach is going to sit on the side of the road and wait for that Ford Explorer to come across the bridge? No, absolutely not. But what I'll do is I'll enter it into the flock system. Black Ford Explorer 2025 Sea Trail license plate ABC 123. Set an alert. North Myrtle Beach has flock cameras, tons of flock cameras. The second your car passes a flock camera and it picks up the black 2025 Ford Explorer ABC 123, their officers that are on the flock system are going to get an alert that a stolen vehicle has just entered their jurisdiction, and it's going to tell them where. If it happens to scoot through North Myrtle Beach and it doesn't get detected, guess who else has flock cameras? All of Horry County, Myrtle Beach, all the way down into Georgetown, heck, all the way down into Georgia, all the way down into Florida. So it's a vast network that will help us to recover property, to prevent crimes, because criminals are starting to realize what the flock cameras look like. You've seen them on Clubhouse Road. I'm sure you've seen probably the one out there at Sunset Boulevard at Seaside Road. They stand out. When they see those things, they're going to try to find a way to avoid them. There are two that we have are kind of at gateways as you come into Sunset Beach. Clubhouse Road is another kind of gateway where you could come in off of Georgetown Road. They're going to try to avoid those things. So it's going to help us after the fact. It's going to help us before the fact. And it's very, very highly regulated as far as how we're able to access that data and what we're able to do with that data. We have agencies that request to see our data. We share that with them because it just widens our net. So if I only say, well, I'm only going to share to the south end with, as far as the county line, maybe down to Calabash area, and then going north, maybe up to Charlotte, it's a disservice. I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to recover your property if it's stolen. And people that are coming to Sunset Beach to do bad things, I want to stop them before they even set foot in the town if I can do it. Questions that I might be able to answer for you? Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh, there's a question.
okay,
Yes, sir.
Don. Hey, Mike, or Don, can we have you use the microphone? Because see, we're recording for the thing, yeah.
Smile, Don. Earlier you stated about the police reason for you to search block data. How were those established and monitored and recorded?
How were the reasons established?
Who gives the authorization for police department to go in and start searching those? Is it court order or do each officer have that capability?
Good question. So a criminal justice purpose, and when we want to run a driver's license query, so your physical driver's license, not your license plate. Driving is a privilege. I don't know if you've ever heard anybody say that they've had their driving privileges revoked by the court because maybe they drove drunk or did something that they should not have done. It's a privilege, not a right. So when you are on a public roadway and a police officer is behind you, your license information is public record. Now, if I want to get, not public record, I said that wrong. A police officer can run that simply because you're driving on the roadway. Now, if I want to dig deeper into your driving history, I'm going to need a criminal justice purpose to do so. Training that we go through, all the officers go through with Flock, it defines what those criminal justice purposes are. So if we're following up on an investigation, we have a missing person, stolen property, stolen vehicles, firearms, narcotics, those sorts of things are criminal justice purposes. It can't just be because I saw a pretty girl driving down the street and want to find out where she lives. Not a criminal justice purpose. So all the officers are trained to do so. The system prompts you to put in what your reason is. You have to put the reason in. There's no supervisor oversight to say, if you want to check the FLOT system, that I have to first verify it, but you have to verify through various means of what your criminal justice purpose is. So if you fabricate what your criminal justice purpose is, you're likely not going to have a job anymore, and you very well could be criminally prosecuted. So when you threaten a police officer, that's probably not the right word. When you warn a police officer that, hey, if you misuse this system, you'll never be a police officer again, and instead of wearing handcuffs on your belt, you might be wearing them on your wrists, that's a pretty stern warning, and officers usually heed those warnings. I hope I answered your question. Perfect. Any other questions? Outstanding. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chief. We appreciate you for sure. Yeah, and just as an FYI to people, we did start with the one camera, or there are two cameras. They go both directions on Clubhouse. For the north entrance, we are looking to see how successful this is, and we'll consider putting them at all entrances, including over in Oyster Point. So I'm trying to remember what's the cost per year for the one? I think it's like $4,500 for the per year for for the two cameras that are on Clubhouse right now. So we'll be watching that and just see what we decide. Or we may start out with maybe 3, at 3 different entrances, but we'll just kind of see. But it's a relatively small expense when you think of the size of our community and for what it can do for us. And I know we feel like Sea Trail, we just don't have that many issues here, but you would be very surprised to hear some of the things that go on. And especially now with our high season coming and all of the commercial businesses that we have with the restaurants and the golf courses. So there's a lot of traffic in here. So I think it's, you can't put a price on safety, that's for sure.